In this lecture, we're going to look at how to use the magic multiple moving averages to compare different time frames of the same currency. In order to do that, we need to set our charts up to reflect that information, and I'm going to be showing you that. As soon as the charts are set up, we'll have a look at interpreting the results. So here goes. We start again with the euro. I'm going to load 4 euro charts, so let's do that first. Okay, we have 4 euro charts loaded. So the first thing that I'm going to do is present them in a tiled fashion. So I go to Windows, Tile Windows, and click on that, and immediately presents them in a tiled fashion. Remember the templates that we created in a previous lecture? I'm going to simply apply those templates to each of these charts. So here we go, template, and I'm just going to use the basic one, the multiple moving average one, and load the template into that one. Load the template into that one, and into the last one. Right, so now the templates all have a 1 hour time frame. What we want to do is we want to have a look at the multiple time frame approach. You can do it in different ways. I like doing it in a clockwise way, so I have the longest one in this corner, then the second longest one, third longest, and then the shortest one in this one. So for instance, you could have 15 minutes, 1 hour, 4 hours, and daily. That's a very popular one. So I'm going to actually do that. So all you do is you change the time frame of this particular one by clicking on the chart, activating it, and then clicking on daily. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get a daily view of the magic multiple moving averages. Then over here, I'm going to click on the 4 hour button to get a 4 hour view. Then we already have a 1 hour view over here, and I'm going to just do a 15-minute chart over here. This chart is 4 times bigger than the previous chart. That chart is 4 times bigger than its previous chart, and the daily chart is 6 times bigger than the previous chart. So we've got a fairly good way of seeing the market. So let's have a look at what the market is telling us right now. Right, so the first thing that I notice in all 4 of the charts is that the magic multiple moving averages are all pointing down on all of the charts. Daily, they're all pointing down. 4 hour, they're all pointing down. 1 hour, they're all pointing down, and on the 15-minute, they're all pointing down. That means that the euro is in a massive trend at the moment, and you would be crazy to even consider a buy in this type of trend. Secondly, what we can now look at is our missed trading opportunities. So on the euro daily, you can see there was a knot a few days ago which exploded and started this downward trend. So this downward trend actually started a few days ago. If we then go to the 4 hour chart, you can see a couple of knots that would have got us into this downward trend, and other trading signals that would have got us into this downward trend. And on the 1 hour, you can even see more trading opportunity. There's a beautiful knot there, almost a knot there. There's a classical knot there. So we could have joined this trend using the 1 hour quite nicely. And then on the 15-minute, we see another collection of knots. There's a beautiful knot there, beautiful knot there. And the whole thing of using multiple moving averages is that if the longer term charts are showing a trend, like here's a very strong downward trend, when you come to the shorter term chart, you start only looking for trades in the direction of the trend. So for instance, here there was quite a bit of knotting going on, but you wouldn't actually look for that trade. You'd look for the trade going with the trend. So there are a couple of opportunities there. There was a beautiful with the trend trade. There was a beautiful with the trend trade. So that is why it's important to have a multiple time frame view, because the longer term charts give you a view of the trend and the shorter term charts give you entry opportunities, refined entry opportunities to enter the market. Now that we've set this set of charts up, we want to save this, but templates can only be saved on single charts. This is called a profile, a trading profile. So therefore, we will save it as a profile. In order to do that, you go to this icon over here, which is the profiles icon, click on it, and then save profile as. We're going to call this the Euro multi-time frame multiple moving averages profile. And we then save it. We're going to be creating other profiles during the course, and we'll be able to flip from one profile to the other. If you want to flip to a profile, you click on profiles. It will list all the profiles that are available, and it ticks the one that you're on at the moment. So if we wanted to go to another profile, we would just click on that profile and it will open the profile. And I'll just do that. Click on that. That's the standard profile presented by MetaTrader. Not very pretty. But now if we go back to our old one, there it is. No more work to be done. Really convenient. We'll be moving on to the next lecture. In this lecture, we're going to use the magic multiple moving average technique to compare different currencies with each other. This will give us a view of the state of the market, as well as identify currencies that present better trading opportunities than other currencies. So in order to do that, I'm going to load 9 currencies on my trading chart, and we'll go through these currencies once I have loaded them. To load a currency, all you do is click on the add chart icon and then choose the currencies that you would want to load. So I am going to load the pound in this particular, then I'll go and load the Australian dollar, and I'll load the rest. I've loaded the 9 currencies onto this section, and in order to see them properly, I'll go to Windows and again select Tile Windows to see the 9 currencies in one go. I like grouping the currencies in logical orders. So in this column, I like using the currencies where the USD is the quoted currency. And here you can see the Euro is the base currency and the USD is the quoted currency. And in this case, the quoted currency in that case. So this column is fine. Then the second column, I like using currencies that are where the USD is the base currency. Now that the Canadian is fine. This is not in the right place, so I'm going to swap it out for one that has the USD as the base currency. And let's have a look at the next one. That's also incorrect, so I'm going to swap that out for that one. Now in this particular column here, I have all the currencies where the USD is the base currency. Then in the third column, I like having all the currencies where the yen is the quoted currency. So in this case, the Euro yen, the pound yen, and the Aussie yen. So they're quite nicely set up. The next thing to do is to load the magic multiple moving average template on all of the currencies. I'm going to do that very quickly, and how you do that is you right click on the chart, select template, and then go to the templates that we have created in previous lectures. I'm going to use the multiple MA one, and there we are. So I'm just going to do that for the rest. Now all the currencies have the template set up, and we can start interpreting this group of currencies. But before we do that, let's save this as a profile, because we're going to be referring to this quite a lot. So what we do, go to the profile icon, save as, so we'll call this the multi-currency magic moving average 1 hour template, and click OK. So let's start looking at trading opportunities. The one thing that stands out very quickly is that the euro is in a strong trend, the pound is in a strong trend, the franc is also trending quite strongly, those three particular ones. Some of the currencies are showing initial starting points of trends, such as the yen is showing an initial trend developing, the Australian dollar is showing an initial trend developing, and others are showing consolidations, with the Aussie yen starting to make a nice knot. Now that is in fact a trading opportunity, because as we know, it's very likely that there will be a breakout in either direction when we see knots. The euro yen has started a downward trend, but is now breaking back into the trend. The price is now breaking into the trend again, as well as the pound yen. Started a trend, but the price is breaking into the trend. The same with the Canadian. The Canadian started a very weak trend upwards and is now breaking back into that trend. So within a few seconds, we can actually have a good overview of what is happening in the market and where the best trading opportunities lie. In this particular set of charts, I would say the Aussie yen is presenting the best magic multiple moving average trade opportunity, because that provides a beautiful straddle opportunity in the market. I would currently wait for the euro yen and the pound yen to resolve this particular crossover back into the trend before making a decision on that. So I'll put those two currencies on ice, as well as the Canadian, which is also showing a trend fight back. All the multiple moving averages on the yen are pointing upwards, and it seems to have just broken out. So there are some buy opportunities in the yen. And the franc, euro, and pound are trending pretty strongly, and I would most probably wait for a consolidation and then another signal in the direction of the major trend on those particular currencies. The Australian dollar is not showing a very strong trend at the moment, but certainly there seem to be sell opportunities in the Australian dollar. So again, as you can see, in a matter of seconds, you can evaluate the whole market. And when you do identify trading opportunities, you can then go to that currency's setup, which will include the daily, 4-hour, 1-hour, and 15-minute charts, and then refine your trading activities accordingly. Now, this particular set of charts has been created using the 1-hour time frame. Now, if we want to look at the whole market on, let's say, a 4-hour time frame, it is very easy to do, and you can create that profile by using this existing profile. And I'll show you very quickly how to do that. All we have to do is change the time frame on all of these charts and then save it as a 4-hour chart. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to change, you click on the chart and then change the time frame. Click on the chart, change on the time frame. We have now converted all the charts to 4-hour charts. And the first thing then to do is also to save this as a 4-hour profile. So let's just do that. We'll go to Profiles, Save Profile, and we'll call this the Multi-Currency MMA 4-hour profile. And we just save that. When you are working with a profile, the profile's name will be displayed at the bottom of your charts. So we can now flip between the 1-hour profile and the 4-hour profile. So depending on which charts you prefer trading with, you can make your decisions based on those particular profiles. You'll see there are quite a few different perspectives on the 4-hour profiles than we saw on the 1-hour profiles. And I'll run through those perspectives very quickly. Certainly that's a confirmation of a downward trend on the euro, confirmation of a downward trend on the pound. This is a strong downward trend, and it looks like the price wants to rejoin the downward trend on the Oz. This is certainly a breakout upwards on the franc, a continuation of trend on the yen, a continuation of trend on the franc, with the fastest moving average breaking out of the group again, signifying an upward trend again. The euro yen seems to be consolidating, the pound yen seems to be consolidating, and the Oz yen seems to be consolidating. So those present straddle opportunities in the market. So again, within a few seconds, we can overview the market and get a good feel of what's happening at a slightly different time frame. I found the magic multiple moving average approach an extremely quick way of getting a good feel of what is going on in the Forex market and identifying trading opportunities extremely quickly. I can then refine these trading opportunities by going to specific trading charts. In this lecture, we're going to have a look at how the magic multi-moving average system can be incorporated into other trading systems. So what I've loaded on the screen at the moment is the RSI trendline violation system I often use. It provides really good results. This system has a daily chart with an RSI loaded on it, a 4-hour chart also with the RSI loaded on it, and a 1-hour chart with the RSI loaded on it. The daily gives guidance on trading direction. The 4-hour is actually where the major trades are identified, and then the 1-hour is the refinement of the entries into those trades. Very effective system. Now I have added the magic multi-moving average indicator as a 4th chart on this particular system, and it basically confirms what we're seeing here. What we're seeing here is that there's a strong trend that's developed, and there was a fantastic trade about 6 days ago which has been missed, and again there was a knot and a nice breakout out of that notch. Similar signals from different systems. Now the beauty of this one is I can change the time frame, so I can go to the 4-hour and see the same type of setup on the 4-hour. Now the 4-hour tells me that there were lots of re-entry opportunities. When the fast moving average comes out of the body of the moving averages like that at a very sharp angle, that is actually an entry signal. So could have entered over there. Then when it goes into the body and comes out again, that's an entry signal. So there's a nice re-entry signal. And the same thing here, it went into the body, came out again, and there's another re-entry signal. And just recently, a few hours ago, in fact, it went into the body again and came out, and at that point, it is a re-enter signal. So the multiple moving average system sometimes provides really good re-entry opportunities when the market is trading and when those signals aren't very clear on the conventional trading charts. Now the 1-hour, let's have a look at the 1-hour setting. Again, it ties very nicely. There's the entry point. There's exactly the entry point with a knot over there, and then there's the waterfall occurring. And here we have the moving average moving out and then coming back, and again that is another entry point, and again it's identified on this particular system. So the two systems confirm each other, and that's how they are used. The one is not preferred over the other. They confirm each other, and the RSI system gives a precise entry point, but the multiple moving average system gives a good confirmation of that trading decision. So the magic multiple moving average system can be combined with a number of other systems to confirm trading decisions as they occur, which is another fantastic function of this trading system. Thank you for completing the course. If you have any questions or comments, please use the facilities provided to post your questions and comments. If you really like the course, please remember to tell your friends, and a quick reminder to remember to rate and review the course. The best way of benefiting from the magic multiple moving average technique is to use it. From me, Alex Deploy, cheerio.